What's up, guys? As you guys all can kind of see, that's the old case. I've been kind of complaining about everything being too hot when I was streaming, so I went out, but the wife literally the wife asked what was wrong with the computer. At first it was just my CPU was too hot, so she went out and bought me that. The CPU was running too hot, so we got a water cooler, and then case was running too hot itself. Let me get this thing pulled out of the box, and then we'll do a comparison. A lot of you, I mean 90% of you may not know the difference between a full-size and a mid-size tower. Here's the key example. Your mid-size is what 99% of your pre-made PCs are going to come in. They come with moderate space. A lot of things will not fit. That is a full case. It's a lot bigger. Advantages of a full case: more options, more room for modifications, better cooling options, better cooling as a whole. Able to fit the bigger cards such as the 1080. But I'm gonna go ahead and open this up, get all the plastic and stuff removed from shipping, and we'll check back probably once I have the plastic ripped off, and we'll rip open both towers at the same time. Essentially I'm taking what for my mid case over to my full case and modding the full case just a little bit. Okay, in between watching the stream hack, I haven't gotten very far. We've gotten a little ways. Hard drives in, motherboard transferred over, CPO cooler has been transferred over and installed fully correctly. See if you're watching. I got both fans in. Next is going to be getting all the cables run for all that. On the back side of this, power supply, DVR drive or DVD drive, and then just rocking some hardcore cable management. We will check back in once we get a little bit more run through. Alright guys, what's up? Made a little bit more progress. I'm just trying to do essentially stage by stage, and then I'm checking in with you guys. As you can tell, I've hooked in about everything that I possibly can on the case as a whole. What that means is all my case fans are plugged in, my export on the back, my two imports on the front, my two imports on my radiator are plugged in, my USB 3.0s in the front are plugged in, my USB 2.0s are plugged in on the front, my switches are plugged in, my audio is plugged in on the front, I got my serial ATAs plugged in for my disk drive and my hard drive. And now all I have left would be essentially is going to be putting in my power supply and my graphics card. I'm trying to make this look a lot cleaner than what my last build looked like, so it's taken quite a long time and I'm very antsy, so we should be getting done with it soon, and then you guys will see it. And yeah, still watching the major on my phone. Or not the major, but DreamHack. Yeah, I'm gonna finish putting this thing together. Hopefully we'll be back up and running here within the hour. Check back in once I get man, it's no point in me just putting the graphics card in and doing it, because it's just it. I'll check back in essentially when I get ready to do the finalization, and once over before I power it up. See you soon. Alright dudes, and dudettes, I think I'm ready. I mean, I've got power to everything: GPU, motherboard, CPU, disk drive, hard drive. All my fans are plugged in. As far as the cable management Yeah, let's turn that down. As far as the cable management goes, it's not beautiful. It isn't great, but it isn't bad. Only thing I'm running into is this cord right here is my CPU power. And with this full-size case, with it being so much taller, the cord's actually not long enough for me to thread it in through this slot here, and then to bring it up through up here. It's just not long enough. So unfortunately, I've got to have it sit out bulky and ugly. But now we test it. And how I test mine is I leave my main side panel off. So like this when I boot it up, this will be able for me to go in and do whatever. And the reasoning behind that is just simply, you know, I can, as soon as I turn it on, oh, closing my face. As soon as I turn it on, I'm literally looking at first my export fan. So first thing I look at is my export fan. I'm making sure it's spinning. And then next I'd look up here at my CPU cooler fans. Since I'm liquid cooling, I have a little bit more leeway than an air cooled, but it's also harder to see. I have to look up inside of it on those fans to make sure they're keeping the liquid cool. And then my intake fans will be checked after that. And all that is normally checked out by the time it hits BIOS. Like it takes literally 5 seconds, just real quick. All what is it? 2, 4, 5 fans that I have. It's just real quick glance, 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 glance. Everything's working. All right, let's check the boot time. Make sure it's booting up in its normal time. And since I do not have an SSD, it takes fucking forever to boot, because Windows is great and optimized for shit. So far, 0 problems. Knock on wood. I do have my third-party network adapter that I have not put in yet. I'm gonna leave it out because as of right now I'm using my onboard. I like Killer network adapters way better than the other one. I just do. I don't know why. I just like it better. I think it's modified better with MSI boards. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing hauled over and pick up all my parts so I can start letting these dogs out. And then I will be booting the computer up. Hey shithead, you wanna say hi?
Yeah.
Say hi.
Hi.